back to their seat. All right, folks, have a seat. Hello, friends, families, faculty, staff, Dean Harrison, and the Western Michigan University Doctor of Physical Therapy students, class of 2023. My name is Amy Heath. I'm the chair of the physical therapy department here at Western Michigan University and an extraordinarily proud DPT program director. Today, I get the best job. I get to be the master of ceremonies. Family and friends, today we're going to share together in the culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and commitment, and not just on the part of the students. They're laughing because they know, right? It's on your end as well, right? Students, can we please give a big round of applause for all the people in your life who've supported you during your time as a student physical therapist? Friends and family, we know that our students can't do this alone, and we thank you for your time and your energy. To the faculty and to mentors who've supported the students during their educational journey, thank you for not only imparting your knowledge, but also for being the guiding light that helped our graduates navigate the complex world of physical therapy. Your influence will undoubtedly leave a lasting impact on their professional lives. And students, or shall I say graduates, let's take a minute to reflect on and appreciate how far you've come during your incredible journey that's led us to this ceremony today. From anatomy classes that made you question the limits of the human body, to clinical rotations that tested your resilience and patience, you've seen it all. And I speak for the faculty when I say it's been an absolute pleasure to watch you grow through all of it. And now, here you are, about to embark on your next chapter as a fully fledged doctor of physical therapy. For those of you wondering what a hooding ceremony is all about, it doesn't involve a secret society or some sort of mysterious initiation ritual, although that might be interesting. It's actually the moment when our graduates are bestowed the doctoral hood, symbolizing the completion of their rigorous academic and clinical training. Graduates, as you receive your hood today, wear it with pride. It's the visual representation of the education you've gained, the challenges you've conquered, and the countless lives you're about to touch. And please remember, being a doctor isn't just a title. It's a responsibility and a privilege, a commitment to making a positive impact on the well-being of others. As you begin this new adventure, carry the lessons, friendships, and memories from your time here at WMU. Embrace the challenges that lie ahead with the same resilience and determination that brought you to this point. Your journey as a doctor of physical therapy is just beginning, and I have no doubt that each of you will contribute to our field in ways that make us all proud. Welcome all to our ceremony to celebrate these fantastic individuals, our doctors of physical therapy. May your careers be fulfilling and your impact profound. Next, we'll hear from our dean, Dr. Jennifer Harrison.
Welcome all of the friends and family, and particularly our faculty, our staff, and our new Doctorate of Physical Therapy graduates. We're so glad that you're all here at the College of Health and Human Services. My name is Jennifer Harrison, and I'm very proud to be the interim dean of the College of Health and Human Services and to have the opportunity to practice, to learn, and to engage in research alongside physical therapists throughout my career. As a social worker and chemical addictions counselor by training, I've had the opportunity to benefit from the clinical expertise expertise and the research expertise of physical therapists throughout my career in hospital settings, in outpatient settings, and also as a patient of physical therapists myself. So it's always an interesting thing to think about what's the impact of our professions uniquely and for each discipline, but also what's the collective impact when we have the opportunity to work together. And I really saw that on display yesterday for the research poster presentations that all of our DPT graduates presented on topics as ranging from textbook edits to trainings on body mechanics for individuals that serve folks with intellectual and developmental disabilities, to the necessary nature of pelvic health, and also to the role of physical therapists in emergency departments. And it's truly both a disciplinary specific as well as an interprofessional pleasure to watch the research and the clinical practice development and also the professionalism of our DPT graduates here today. And I know that Dr. Heath mentioned it, but no one completes a doctoral program on their own. So we know that it's lots of support from preceptors, from mentors, from faculty members, from spouses, from parents, from children, from sometimes grandchildren that are helping people to move along this educational journey that we're now seeing the culmination of. So congratulations to our graduates and welcome to the field of physical therapy, and we know you'll make us all very proud.
Thank you, Dean Harrison. Each year, the graduates vote for a faculty speaker. This year, they voted on a faculty speaker and a student speaker. And so our first speaker today will be the faculty speaker, Dr. Don Hoover, after which we'll hear from our student, Brandon Wong, forgive me. Don?
Thank you, Dean Harrison. Thank you, Dr. Heath. Thank you, fellow faculty and staff. Thank you, family and friends. I thank you for assembling here today to celebrate the WMU DPT class of 2023. And most importantly, thank you, members of the DPT class, for asking me to share a few thoughts today as we collectively honor your achievement. Towards this aim, I'd like to briefly go through some take-home messages for the road, so to speak. I've selected a few thoughts that I think are particularly appropriate as we simultaneously reflect on your accomplishments over the last 3 years, as well as anticipate the challenges that you'll face in the years to come. Take-home message number one. We've gone through a lot of stuff together. This stuff includes, but is not limited to, the following: the intense controversy from day one surrounding leisure versus sports skipping, the crying, typically quite loudly, on a daily basis, romantic relationships that started during the Civil War, and the deep, deep commitments to the literary works of F. Scott Fitzgerald. There's a lot going on, folks, behind the scenes. The four horsemen of the apocalypse: golf carts, leaf blowers, Crocs, and DQ blizzards. The Fraulein Femmes who wrote their term paper in German, thus receiving an automatic A. Dankeschön. The cane pole of forced participation, the Kung Fu chicks, daily horoscopes, the Jeep that caught on fire, Renaissance Fair devil sticks, and Pepperidge Farm goldfish. One former college soccer player had this intense dream of creating the Foot Clinic. Another former college soccer player, unique, completely broke from that president to create the Hand Clinic. Then later there was some detente, and the soccer players ultimately joined forces to create the Foot and Hand Clinic and CBD shop. This, of course, will be located just up the street from the Tin Cup, where we can all stop by for a beer after a long day of treating patients. The future, indeed, is bright for the class of 2023. And then perhaps the favorite quote I've experienced in over 20 years of being a PT professor. Mr. Hoover, the best distance runners in the world do not come from East Africa, they come from Kenya. I know I couldn't be any prouder of you folks. Life is a team sport, always has, always will be. In the class of 2023, you've done a really great job of supporting one another through this process. It's definitely not easy. Moving forward, do what you can to sustain these relationships that you've developed, which are going to be some of the richest that you will enjoy in your lives. Take-home message number 2. I'm in awe of you. Law school is hard, medical school is hard, earning a PhD is hard, veterinary medicine school is hard, DPT school is hard. Only those who've gone through this process truly understand it, how it's changed them, how it's facilitated the growth we all need to ultimately serve society in our respective roles. As I reflect on this, it has helped me develop an appreciation of this larger process, one in which each of us is transformed from talented young adults possessing much potential into healthcare professionals capable of making decisions every day in the best interests of each of our patients. Over the years, I've learned that clearly less than 1% of the world at large holds doctoral degrees, and we are within a select group. Given the changes in medical science over the last 2,000 years, we can confidently say that you know more about the miracle of the human body and how it works than did the legendary physicians of history such as Galen or Hippocrates. Wow. I mean, with that power, though, comes a lot of responsibility. And so I'm in awe of you, I really am. It's been a pleasure watching you grow and develop, and I'm in awe of what you've accomplished. Together we look ahead to what you will accomplish from this point forward. The take-home message number 3 is Luke chapter 12, verse 48. For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall be required, and to whom men have given much, of him they will ask the more. Many passages from the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, or the Upanishads certainly may help us to place your accomplishments and aspirations into a larger, more meaningful context. I'm particularly fond of the inherent message in this verse from Luke, because I think it holds particular meaning on a number of levels for the DPT students soon to graduate from our program. Let's take a moment to reflect on some of the points that it brings to mind. The foremost and perhaps most obvious investment made in the class of 2023 has come from your families. Many of you are the first members of your families to go to college, or you're the first members of your family to earn a graduate degree, and most of you will go to sleep on Saturday night as the first member of your family to have earned the title of doctor. Take pride in this, but do so with a sense of humility, as many have likely sacrificed and perhaps struggled at times to set the stage for your successes. I remind you to take a moment this week, when the moment's right, to express your gratitude to the folks in each of your lives. Your home communities also made considerable investment in your successes. One of the most important lessons I have learned over 30 years of university teaching and clinical practice is that each of you truly represent the best and brightest which our society produces. You represent the best from Grayling, the best from Berrien Springs, the best from Detroit, from Midland, and this year from Kenya. The great African-American sociologist W.E.B. Du Bois described the best, such people as the best and the brightest members of society as the talented 10th. And he wrote extensively on the obligation of the most fortunate in our midst to give back to the communities that produced us. I believe Dr. Du Bois was highly insightful. So again, please leave this week not filled with pride, but more so with a realization and a sense of responsibility born from your good fortune. In the same sense, our faculty has invested quite a bit of energy into you as well. Our efforts have admittedly been imperfect and uneven at times, but each time we look at you, we not only see many young, energetic individuals who we've enjoyed working with, we also see the future of our profession. It is imperative for you to try new approaches and to offer fresh perspectives. We welcome this. We now consider you full-fledged colleagues. We're counting on you to help strengthen our profession. In sum, so many have a vested interest in you. Never lose sight of that. Go forth and serve other people now. In closing, each of you will receive your diploma as a doctor of physical therapy in less than 24 hours. You will soon thereafter embark on your respective careers, helping people in the care and feeding of this miracle that is the human form. As a physical therapist, it is important that we never lose sight of this miracle. Thanks for letting our faculty play a small role in this phase of each of your lives. Please keep us in your thoughts and prayers as you move forward. You'll be in ours. Thank you.
Up next, our student speaker, Brandon.
All right. Not quite the wordsmith that Dr. Hoover is, but I'll try my best to follow. So good afternoon, everyone, friends, family, DPT faculty, and most importantly, the class of 2023. Can we please get a round of applause for everyone here today? So, like Dr. Heath said, my name is Brandon Huang, and I want to start by thanking all the aforementioned parties for giving me this platform, this opportunity to say a few words. I volunteered for this mostly because I thought that it's a very public platform where I can at least direct some personal feelings and positive emotion towards my classmates. The big reason why I'm here is because of them. So again, thank you, and we'll get to a little bit more of that. Like Dr. Hoover, it's almost a great pairing because we both have this really good ability to use a lot of flexion in our voice when we talk. So I can only imagine it's not gonna, hopefully it'll keep people engaged. Again, too, I'm in no means the class president or valedictorian or whatnot. I'm just a criminally average student who wants to say nice things about the people he's graduating with, too. So most speeches have a theme. The theme that I've kind of already hinted at is my appreciation for my classmates, for whom which I would not be here. So I want to start by, again, relaying the immense amount of pride for them and this pressure-induced work-life balancing act that we call a doctoral program. We learn the limits of our mental capacity and fortitude. In this academic environment that operates in the forced participation of positive and negative emotions, we kind of overcame individualized adversity to kind of take us one step closer to our goal of helping people for a living. We're gonna get paid to help people. How cool is that, right? Now, I'm not ignorant enough to say I was the perfect friend, colleague, classmate. I'd go back and do things differently if I could, and I think all of us here can identify with that statement. But this speech does come from the bottom of my heart, and I don't want it to sound disingenuous or cliche, so bear with me because we're about to get into a pretty long-winded metaphor about my experience here. So, in theory, everyone loves a nice beach day, right? It's nice, it's sunny. It sounds like a great idea, especially when you're applying to go to the beach in like mid-October, you know? It sounds even better. So, you get there, you send your application for this beach in. Then, you have to try to impress, a few beach security guards and convince them that you're the optimal candidate to get into this 30-person max exclusive beach club. So you pack your bags once they finally say yes. You leave the comfort of your home, and by a stroke of luck, you find yourself walking along 3-4 feet of sand, stumbling along, trying to meet people, and hope that no one is judging you for wearing an anime shirt on the first day. So, some time passes. You make friends, you get comfortable. You think, well, I'm gonna maybe test the waters quite literally and figuratively. So maybe the study habits slack off a little bit. Maybe you don't put as much time and effort into class. You venture out into the ocean a little bit. And then the first big wave, Neuro 2 exam, hits you out of nowhere. You get knocked under, but you get back up. It's just one wave. The clin exam hits. Med Phys. The rest of the program keeps coming. You're underwater and you can't get back up. You think, wow, I don't know if I can do this. Am I going to make it out of here? And right in that point where you're like, this is it, I'm gonna give up. I'm gonna be swept out to sea and no one's ever gonna see me again. You have 25 to 30 hands pulling your butt back to the beach because they want you to leave. No one wants to see you go. And I think that long metaphor should resonate with each one of us because while certain people, we're all there for each other at the end of the day. No one gets through this program by themselves. I asked a long time ago in the interview process, what does WMU do to ensure that the classmates become close, essentially a family? Mixed answers from we had the pleasure of coming right after the COVID cohort, so they spent a lot of time with each other for sure, but they said, get to know each other. Be willing to step out of your comfort zone and make friends. And I guarantee you that I can text any one of my classmates and ask them for help, ask them for advice, and they'll still give it to me 10, 15 years down the road. And if there's one takeaway from this, I want that to be that. So the speech has been kind of directed at them, but I wanted to use the last few minutes to actually speak directly to my class. Thank you, guys. You allowed me to be who I wanted to be as a friend and classmate and colleague. And most importantly, thank you for being there for me, to pull me out from those waves. And that's something that I'll carry for the rest of my life. Thanks, everyone. Anyone watching from home, we did it, guys. Thank you.
It's the best day. It really is. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Dr. Hoover. Now we're going to spend a little bit of time acknowledging some awards and recognitions. We're going to have multiple faculty members come up to the podium to announce these recognitions. And first, we're going to hear from Dr. Jackson. While Dr. Jackson makes her way to the podium, I'm going to tell you that each year in the final term, the faculty vote on several awards for the graduating student. Dr. Jackson will announce 2 of these awards, and then Dr. Webb will follow up with some clinical education awards. Recipients of these awards, please come forward to accept your award and then pause for a quick photo, except those of you that are going to have won the Outstanding Applied Discovery Award, because there's just so many of you, we're going to take that photo after, okay? Excellent.
Thank you, Dr. Heath. Good afternoon. I am going to announce the Outstanding Applied Discovery Award. The Outstanding Applied Discovery Award recognizes the work conducted by a group of students under the advisement of a faculty member to create, conduct, and complete a research project while enrolled in the program. The group that wins this award is selected via input from external reviewers during the student's final research presentation, which took place yesterday. And we would like to thank 5 of our clinical partners for coming in to review your presentations last night. So I am pleased to announce that Michelle DeZergis, you may stand, Josie Hinkle, Maddie Pargoff, Katie Rush, and Darren Shee have earned this honor for their study, the demonstrated value of PT practice in the emergency department, a tale of two cases, with their faculty advisor, Dr. Stacy Fruth. Congratulations. You may be seated. Now I will introduce the Contributor Award. Well, this will be more of a surprise. The Contributor Award is the recipient of this award is chosen by the faculty and recognizes a student who consistently and intently contributes to a positive class atmosphere, who actively supports and engages fellow classmates, and who has contributed to professional endeavors outside of the classroom. I am delighted to introduce Ms. Katie Rush as this year's Contributor Award recipient. I would like to welcome Dr. Darren Webb, Director of Clinical Education, to present our Clinical Education Awards.
Thank you, friends, families, graduates, fellow faculty. Clinical education is a vital component of the WMU DPT curriculum, comprising nearly 25% of the program. Students participate in 3 10 to 12-week clinical education experiences, providing them the opportunity to apply, develop, and integrate their clinical competencies. The Clinical Achievement Award is selected by reviewing each of the students' clinical performance instruments, or CPIs, which are completed by their clinical instructors across the 3 clinical experiences, assessing 12 specified professional and clinical practice areas. The reality of it is each of our graduates deserve an award for how they performed in their clinical experiences. They're each deserving of the praise for their clinical performance in one way or another. They have grown and matured as professionals and have exceeded our expectations to a degree we could not have imagined. As faculty, we are so proud of all of their clinical accomplishments. Now I'm honored to introduce 2 of our students whose clinical performance exemplified all of these achievements. The recipients of the 2023 Clinical Achievement Awards are Megan Ackerman-Milliken and Krenari Rakosi. Krenari was unable to be with us today. On behalf of the WMU DPT program, I want to thank our clinical partners for the ongoing tremendous support to our program over the years and their excellence in clinical education. Today, we honor two of those individuals who have demonstrated extreme efforts in educating our students. These individuals received nominations from our 2023 cohort and are most deserving of this recognition. Today, the 2023 Western Michigan University Doctor of Physical Therapy Program Site Coordinator of Clinical Education Award goes to Erin Mumford of Mary Free Bed Rehabilitation Hospital. Erin was not able to be with us today. She actually is still treating patients, so there's the dedication of our clinical faculty. The 2023 Western Michigan University Doctor of Physical Therapy Program Clinical Instructor Award goes to Alexandra Arnold of Bronson Methodist Hospital. Next, we'll ask Dr. Weir to acknowledge students who received awards at our Michigan APTA State Conference and who have presented or have been invited to present their research at national and state conferences.
Students, please stand as we acknowledge you and know that we're very proud of you. The Michigan APTA Outstanding Student Award is given to one student in each of 7 DPT programs in Michigan, each of whom are nominated by the faculty. This year's Western Michigan University Award recipient was Claire Ward. We would also like to recognize those students who conducted research that has been presented at a national or state conference. The first group, Michelle Jargas, Josie Hinkle, Maddie Pargoff, Katie Rush, and Darren, along with faculty advisor Dr. Stacy Fruth. Their project was entitled The Demonstrated Value of Physical Therapist Practice in the Emergency Department, A Tale of Two Cases. This was a platform that was presented at the APTA Michigan State Conference. The next group, Chapman Mayhew, Justin Peterson, Jake Save, Brooke Roberts. Their faculty advisor was Dr. Amy Heath. Their project was entitled Exploring Learning Strategies and Master Adaptive Learner Characteristics of First-Year Doctor of Physical Therapy Students. This was presented as a platform at the APTA Combined Sections meeting, Education Leadership Conference, and was also a poster presented at the APTA Michigan State Conference. The last group, Annabelle Burke and Simba Mashamira. Their project was entitled Home-Based Transcutaneous Electrical Nerve Stimulation for Individuals in Knee Pain Due to Knee Osteoarthritis. This was a poster presentation at the APTA Combined Sections meeting and also is in press as a journal article with the Journal of Clinical Electrophysiology and Wound Management. Congratulations to you all.
Thank you, Dr. Weir. And finally, we're going to bring up Dr. Barrett to the podium to acknowledge several other noteworthy accomplishments of the students in the DPT class of 2023. But before she does, I'd love to just take a moment to acknowledge Dr. Barrett's own success in completing her PhD this year. So she will be hooded tomorrow, and I'd love to just give her a quick round of applause, which we've already done. That's fantastic. And just acknowledge her dedication to her students, to our program, and also to her own professional development. I think it's really great mentoring. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Heath, and congratulations again, students. When I call your name, please stand. I'm going to be calling your names to recognize students. The two students that are going to be recognized first are for their considerable efforts in helping the faculty and administrative staff in countless ways over the past 2 years, our graduate assistants, Kayla Frayling and Simba Machamira. Our student cohort ambassadors, or SCAs, who are elected by fellow classmates to serve as class representatives and liaisons to the faculty throughout the duration of the program. The three students serving this role are Kayla Frayling, Lucas Jenkins, and Sophia Woodhams. And last, we had 9 students who were determined eligible to take the National Physical Therapy Licensure exam early in October, all of whom passed. These students, yes, that's a huge round of applause. These students are Megan Ackerman-Milliken, Kayla Frayling, Brandon Wong, Dennis Okoba, Daniel Parker, Justin Peterson, Katie Rush, Jake Soba, and Claire Ward. Great job, students. A huge round of applause for all of them for their accomplishments.
All right, now for the good stuff. At this point, I'd like to present the graduates who will be receiving their doctoral hood and pin today. The doctoral hooding ceremony dates back to the 12th century. It's a special recognition of having completed your degree and is an introduction into your professional careers. Students, I'll ask that you stand, and as Dean Harrison calls your name, please come across the stage to accept your hood. As you leave the stage, please accept your Western Michigan University Doctor of Physical Therapy pin from Dr. Fruth. Begin.
Ready? Megan Ackerman-Milliken. We're going to get Megan's photo, right? We got this. We're getting all these body mechanics down. All right. Austin Begley. All right. Woohoo. We're allowed to clap. Annabelle Burke. Ooh. Michelle Desertis. Kayla Frayling. Josie Hinkle. Brandon Wong. Lucas Jenkins. Elaine Liu. Simba Machamera. Chapman Mayhew. Jimmy O'Grady. Madison Pargoff. Daniel Parker. Justin Peterson. Molly Foltz. Katie Rush. Jake Sove. Morgan Schreiber. Keegan Shannon. Darren Shee. Evan Van Noordwijk. Virapin. Manny Gandhi Virapin. Claire Ward. And last but certainly not least, Sophia Woodhams. Congratulations to all of our Doctorate of Physical Therapy graduates.
Thank you. Students, graduates, doctors of physical therapy, could you please stand? And on the back of your program, there's an oath that I'm going to ask you to recite with me. Oh, you didn't bring your programs? Repeat after me. Flexibility and a sense of humor, right? In the presence of my classmates, family, friends, and faculty. In the presence of my classmates, family, friends, and faculty. And in view of the honored profession I'm entering. I solemnly and willingly pledge. That I will respect the rights and dignities of all individuals who seek my services or with whom I work. Dignity of all individuals who seek my services or with whom I work. You got it. You got it. Act in a compassionate and trustworthy manner. Exercise sound professional judgment. Demonstrate integrity during interactions with others. Enhance my practice through lifelong acquisition and application of knowledge. This is a test. Participate in efforts to meet physical therapy and healthcare needs of communities. Thus, with this oath, I accept the duties and responsibilities that embody the physical therapy profession. Congratulations, my colleagues. You may sit. For our closing remarks, Dr. Fruth is going to come to the podium.
Buddy, you're a boy, make some noise. Here we go. Yeah. I'm not going to do the rest, or we're going to get in a lot of trouble up here. All right, so this is it. The last time I'll get to be in front of you all together as the class of 2023. Can't have a proper send-off without a little recap. So humor me. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. November 2020, 3 years ago. Interviews. All done virtually since we were still in a mad scramble trying to figure out how to keep our not yet accredited program afloat, accommodating this little glitch in the plan called COVID. Y'all said yes to our invite, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for that. July 1st, 2021, your first day of classes in the program. When we were still juggling what we could teach virtually versus what we had to do in person, it was a royal mess behind the scenes. Hopefully you didn't see too much of that. We figured it out. We made it. December 2021. While you were all cramming that final written and practical exams at the end of a very wickedly challenging semester, I know many of you remember it very well, we got the news that the program was accredited. Big rockin' jar. Fast forward to summer of 2022. I had just made the decision to hand over the reins of the program to Amy, and you were all fretting about the OSCE. The OSCE. That OSCE. But you made it. And then we get to have the very first post-OSCE bash at my place. That was fun. Except that part about Evan breaking my four-wheeler. I fixed it. I didn't even bill him for it. Anyway, little 8-month-old Ripley had a great time too. And then you ventured out for 10 solid weeks in the real clinic world where your first huge professional transformation took place. You lived being a PT for the first time. You worked with real patients day in and day out. You got to experience how patients progressed from that initial exam that you all did so well, thanks clinic exam skills, to the part where they were discharged. And somewhere in there, you likely realized you're gonna make it, right? Elaine, Brandon, Jimmy, I think we even just talked about that yesterday, right? And then we blink, and a year goes by, and we get to this week. This utterly crazy week where most of your faculty are juggling final exams and endless grading, finishing first and second year courses, while simultaneously spending time in various ways celebrating you, the reason we're here. Trust me when I say we'd much rather be doing the latter. That's a lot of time and a lot of learning, and along the way there were struggles, stumbles, tears, failures. Some of you failed a practical exam, or two, or more. Some of you got to spend some quality time with Spark. Some of you were forced to deal with some really tough life situations. Evan struggled with microwaves. Katie struggled presenting about fibromyalgia. Lucas and Chapman had to spend months apart during clinical rotations. And I hear many of you had some struggles after picture night at Waldo's. But there were also tons of laughs and happy tears and victories. 9 of you graduating as licensed PTs. How freaking cool is that? Many of you getting very amazing job offers that are rolling in, and other accomplishments. Like Michelle's record for how many Taylor Swift concerts one human can attend in 1 year. Daniel grew an astounding fan base of second-year students. So if Taylor gets Swifties, does Daniel get Parkies? Yeah. I think that should happen. Megan being the clear winner of the faculty awarded Oscar for best job portraying patients. Manny, You also demonstrated mad skills during our In Their Shoes pitch-in, so you get best supporting. And Simba finally saw the light and became a Michigan fan. Can I get a go blue? Go blue! Thank you. In all seriousness, the transformation I've seen in each of you in this tiny window of time is truly profound. The gift of being able to watch that happen is something I absolutely cherish. But something I'll cherish even more is staying connected with each of you, if you'll do me that honor. I truly want to watch you continue to grow and flourish, not just in this profession you worked so hard to become a part of, but in the rest of your life too. So let's connect on Facebook or Insta, or TikTok. I don't Snap. I don't intend to. Okay. Shoot me a text every now and then. That's really the reason why I make you give me your phone number on day one, is so I'll have it in perpetuity. Right? Come back and visit. Right? And definitely join our DPT alumni Facebook group. Okay? All those things. But for now, know how deeply proud of you we all are. You did it. And now go out into that world as our full-fledged colleagues and do amazing things. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for coming to celebrate this accomplishment. I'm going to ask that those of you that won the Outstanding Applied Discovery Award stick around so we can get a photo that includes you, Dr. Fruth. Everybody else, I'm going to ask you to please join us on the first floor in the atrium for a reception. The reception was coordinated and planned by our incredible administrative staff, Missy, Melissa, and Sarah. If you see them running around, just give them a little shout out. They really do a fantastic job in coordinating all of these events. They also had the help of a number of first and second year students, so I'd love to just give them all quickly a round of applause. Maybe they're watching this on the overflow. Graduates, when you get downstairs, there's a small gift waiting for you, so please be sure to pick that up. Family and friends, if you could just wait until the faculty and the graduates have processed out. You're free. That concludes our ceremony. Thanks so much for being here. We're glad you could make it.